Hello and welcome to Kicktalk Reboot. I'm joined by Kicktalk Chronicle reporter Frank Cassidy later in the programme. But now it's on to the results. Scottish Cup preliminary round 2 replay. Auckland Talbot 0, Beath 3. McBookie.com Super Premier Division. Kilbunny 0, Glenafton 3. Cumnock 4, Largs 0. Kilwinning 1, Robbery 2. Pollock 2, Halford 2. Troon 2, Athley 3. Super First Division. Renfrew 1, Kilsyth 2. Clydebank 3, Yoka 4. Cumbernauld 4, Ovenvix 3. Girvan 1, Blantyre 0. Ovenmeadow 1, Rutherglen 1. Shetson 2, Petershill 2. Ayrshire District League. Winton 1, Darvel 1. Craigmark 0, Anbank 6. Kello 4, Maple 2. Muirkirk 0, Lugar 1. Saltcoats 0, Ardere 3. Whitlets 4, Dorai 1. Central District First. Benburb 1, Thornywood 3. Cambuslang 3, Bellshill 2. Forth Wanderers 2, Larkhall 3. Johnsonborough 2, Greenock Juniors 2. Rossvale 0, St Rochs 2. Vale of Clyde 0, Neilston Juniors 1. Wishaw 1, Lesmahagle 0. Central District 2nd Division. Carluke 1, Ashfield 2. Gardcairn 5, Lanark 4. Glasgow Persham 0, Port Glasgow 3. Newmains United 0, Royal Albert 2. Vale of Leven 1, St Anthony's 2. And I'm joined by Frank Cassidy of the Kicktalk Chronicle, and there was some big matches over the weekend, none more so than the Auckland Talbot v Beath. Now, we were both too nervous to stick our neck out in the line and predict a winner, but I don't know if anybody saw this result coming, Frank.
No, definitely not, Callum, definitely not. I would challenge any of the most passionate Beath fans to have confidently predicted a 3-0 win at Beechwood Park, but they got off to a perfect start in 2 minutes. Which is something you always have to do at Talbot. You don't let them get their noses in front, and certainly Beath didn't let that happen. They scored after only 2 minutes when David McGowan collected a John Sheridan pass, drove past McCracken and fired a great left foot shot across Andy Leishman into the bottom corner. The hosts were rocked again when defender Willie Lyle, facing his own goal, failed to control a dropping ball and teed up chasing Darren Christie, the Beath striker, who gratefully smashed the gift past the keeper for 2-0. And it was all but over when Beath took a short corner for Conor McClunchy to pick out Mark McLaughlin in the box. The big defender powered the header home. Beath could have added to the score. Auchinleck also went down to 10 men, Brian Young getting a double yellow card, but Kenny McLean scoring 2 good chances. So it could actually have been 4 or 5 by the sounds of things. And talking about 4, the neighbours down the road hit Largs for 4 on Saturday. The battle of the promoted teams, and Cumnock, they've been threatening to hit good form recently, and it seems to have all came together on Saturday.
It certainly did. I was at that game, and I have to say it was very one-sided. Largs had a couple of early chances, but after that it was Cumnock all the way, really. Mackenzie actually was really lively in the first half. He smashed the crossbar and he scored, and then he burst through in goal. Ross Lundy, the last keeper, managed to save it, but he got in the rebound, so it was 2-0 at half time. And then Cumnock really sort of ran Largs ragged in the second half. Andrew Muir, he reacted quickly. He burst through on the left and nutmegged Lundy in 73 minutes, and then Burns rounded off the scoring as he sweetly struck the ball home. So some real soul searching from a Largs point of view. I spoke to Largs Whistle manager Brian Slavin after the game, and he was desperately disappointed, and he's got some really tough words which you can read about in this week's Largs and Millpot Weekly News. But like you say, from a Cumnock point of view, you know, it was, I mean, their bitter rivals Auchinleck losing, and then to cap that off, to walk off with a 4-0 victory is quite something, though, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah, certainly is, yeah. And
they're up to mid-table already.
Absolutely, and they're hitting for them at the perfect time, because they've got another potential bottom half of the table clash, Atherley against Cumnock on Saturday at Barrhead. Arsenal also had a good win away to Troon on Saturday, and it's sort of won Arsenal in 4 points, Cumnock and 3, albeit there's only 3 games played for each of the teams. But it's shaping up to one of the clubs could put a wee bit of a gap against the other. Although it's early days, and as we keep saying here, teams are going to be beating each other all season, which makes this league so fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like some game on Saturday. I mean, again, you don't often see Troon lose at home. I mean, that is quite a result there. Arthur getting a 90th minute winner from Chris Mackay.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it's the old adage, the game lasts 90 minutes. You score in the 90th or the 9th minute as long as you win the match. But what makes this more remarkable, away from home against decent opposition in Troon and down to 10 men. So you wouldn't give them a snowball's chance in hell of getting anything from the match. And there you go, 3-2, to literally leap up the table. Into a decent position.
At these early stages, like I say, a win is crucial for moving further up the table. And point of Chris McKnight, he scored twice for the home side. So a real match and a half there at Portland Park. Pollock drew 2-2 with Hulford United. Now looking at it, it's in terms of Hulford's positions, you know, that's their first drop points of the season. It was Hodge and Brown that scored for them, and Sidesurf and Michelin who got the 2 goals for the Glasgow men. Now, looking at the Premier League, it's Rob Roy that have kind of stolen a match, but Glenafton are up there as well, though they've done well too, eh?
Yeah, definitely, aye. And again, talking about good results, they went to Kilburn, beat them 3-0. Not many teams will do that this season. I was at Kilburn myself watching them play Cumnock in the semi-final of the Ardagh Glass League Cup, and Kilburn really looked a decent side. So again, without knowing too much details about the match, a 3-0 victory at Kilburn is not to be sneezed at. Absolutely
not. I mean, that's let's say, I mean, Ladeside have been doing quite well, and you know, the Ardagh Cup form as well has been very strong this season. So I don't think anybody really forecast that one. So a lot of really unusual scores perhaps in the Premier League this weekend, but all the same, they seem thoroughly merited at the same time. Now, looking into the first division, Irvine Meadow drew 1-1 at home to Rutherglen. So Meadow are still sort of, they found it tough, 3 games and they've only 2 draws and a defeat, so they haven't exactly set the heather alight there, have they?
Yeah, and we've seen this happening so often with teams sort of going into free fall. Why, we don't know, just a case of finding their feet. And as you say, Callum, 2 draws have got them 2 points. Still to get their first win of the season, and it's fantastic. It's so interesting.
Surprise leaders as well in the first division. Yoka, after beating the sort of local rivals Bankies 4-3, Clydebank.
Totally, yeah. Their tenants, as they like to remind them quite frequently. Aye, who would have thought? That? Yeah, but looking at that, and again, it's so tight. 2 teams in 7, 2 teams in 6, 1 in 5. And that's your top 6, 2 points separating them. Yeah. It's really going to be dog eat dog in that league as well. And good to see Girvan up there with 6 points. Yeah. Maximum points for 2 games.
Carrying on the amazing form from last season.
Yeah, exactly. Finished off the season well. I mean, it doesn't seem that long ago they were getting hit with double figures when they had a player management crisis. But and again, Blantyre Vicks, we spoke about Blantyre Vicks on several occasions. They're a decent team. Girvan beat them 1-0.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. And looking at the foot of the division, Irvine Vicks are in third bottom spot. It's early days, of course, but they won some game, a 7-goal thriller against Cumbernauld. Now it was something else, and unfortunately, it was a late OG which cost them, Frank.
Yeah. It's just when you're down there, the breaks go against you, don't they? But they've got a good chance of just giving themselves a real morale booster. They've got Clydebank at home on Saturday. Clydebank might be reeling from getting beat by their landlords, but it could go the other way. They might come out in a wee bit of a backlash. So again, it's intriguing whatever happens.
And just a wee look into the Ayrshire district there. Winton Rovers and Davil, they drew 1 each at Winton, and I see Whitlett's Vicks, they're leading the way in the Ayrshire District League.
Yeah, definitely, aye. And rattling in the goals, 4-1 against Dalry. Again, Dalry, they've been up and down. They've had the crazy results, the 4-3 loss against Kello. And again, it's one of these leagues, although Whitletts are out in front, they're only 2 points above Kello and Winton in second, 4 and 7, and then another 2 teams in 6. So once again, it's in the melting pot.
Sure. And the local derby there, Sulcoats Vicks lost 3-0 at home to Ardea, so there will be plenty of rivalry there, and Ardea will be quite happy at that one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's equivalent to the Old Firm, isn't it, when these two play each other? And to win in your neighbours' own patch just makes it doubly satisfying for the winning team.
Absolutely, and we thought we'd get through the whole kick talk without a mention of the Old Firm, but Frank couldn't resist, so we'll leave that one where it is. But thanks very much, Frank, for joining us, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.